Hey, I'm so glad that you decided to drop by today because today we have something fabulous for you. Don't you ever forget it. We are here for you. We're going to make a delicious Buddha bowl, and it's going to be layered with all of these delicious things, with all these delicious flavors that we're going to add together. We're going to be using some items that we probably made in some previous videos, and so if that is the case, we'll link it right here. And if we have anything that we need to share with you that's new, we'll link it over here. So you stay put, you get ready, because we're gonna make it delicious just for you. Can cause a toxic buildup, and that's something that's looked for, right? Let's reverse it. Hi, Dr. Helen here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We are going to make a delicious Buddha bowl. And you want to see what's in it? Okay, take a look. Here we have quinoa, and the quinoa we really just made according to the package instructions, except that, you know, Dr. Helen always has to add a little bit of extra flavor in it. So what I did in here was I just put a little bit of salt, I put some garlic in there, and I put a star anise. Now that's optional. You don't have to put a star anise in there. I just thought that it would give it sort of a special flavor. So we did that for that. You only have to cook quinoa for 15 minutes, but what I did do was I mixed red quinoa with the normal quinoa. So you'll see it bicolored here. The next thing that we have is fresh kale, and we've shredded some kale and then shredded the carrots on top. Well, I guess we chopped the kale and then shredded the carrots on top. And we're going to use that in there. We have some fresh cucumber, and I love to keep the skin on the cucumbers, right? You're getting the most nutrition from the skin and the seeds. So when I see people taking the seeds off and then taking the skin off, I'm thinking, wow, why don't we leave that on so we can add more nutrition to it? Really, that green color has the chlorophyll in it. It's got all of the cancer-fighting properties, including studies that have actually shown that it actually fights lung cancer and pancreatic cancer. So keep the skin on and eat the seeds. Definitely a must. I have some red cabbage, and this has been chopped very nicely, very finely. And this is going to be used as a garnish. I also have some roasted sweet potatoes. This is just sweet potatoes, no oil. I put it in a pan, 400 degrees in the oven. We sprinkled some garlic on it, just regular ground garlic, and a pinch of salt just all over it, and then just put it in on the silpat. No sticking, because you got that pad in there that is a non-stick surface, so we didn't need to add any oil to it. But it is so tasty. I just kind of take a little bite from time to time just because it's so delicious. And my dog loves sweet potatoes. He's not going to have these though, but I just wanted to let you know. We have some olives that we've sliced. You can see they're just bite-sized olives. We have some cherry tomatoes that we've just halved. I have here some chickpeas, and the chickpeas are really just kind of toasted in a pan with no oil and a little bit of garlic, a little bit of cumin, and they're just tossed so they kind of get a little bit of a flavor coating on the outside of them. I think I said the red onion, but if I didn't, no, I didn't. Here's red onion, and I like the red onion just kind of sliced, you know, again, that purple color. Remember, I bet you can probably tell me what this is. Anthocyanidins. You got it. Look at you. I'm so proud of you because you remembered. That's what we're doing. This is all good stuff for circulation. And then last but not even last, I got some craisins. I decided to add some craisins to it. These are not really craisins, but they are cranberries that have been dried. They're a lot less sugar than what you would find commercially, so I had to change the name. So that's what these are. And then I have tofu that we have made in the air fryer. I'm going to put that link right over here so you can see how we made that tofu in the air fryer with no oil. And then finally, we have our chimichurri sauce. And I'm going to link that over here too so you can see how we made the chimichurri sauce. You can also use basil, a basil pesto, and I'm going to put a link somewhere here or here so that you can check it out if you want to do a pesto sauce for it. Either way, you get some fabulous flavor, some delicious food, and guess what? It's also filling, and it lasts like it's really filling. So here we go. This is how we're going to do it. The first thing I'm going to do, I have a nice deep bowl here, and you have to really be careful because once you get a little bit of everything, it gets pretty tall and it gets pretty large. So I'm going to try to keep mine small, but I'm going to start with a layer of quinoa, and then I'm going to put in some kale and carrot mixture and kind of layer it on top of that. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to put in some cucumbers. I kind of like to see them kind of in a line, you know, so you can see what everything is. I'm gonna put in some chickpeas, and I'm gonna layer that there. I'm gonna take my tomatoes, tomato, I'm not sure which way you say it, but I'm going to put my tomatoes here. I'm going to put some red cabbage here on the side. And this bowl is so colorful. And remember, we talk about this, right? You want to eat the colors of the rainbow, because as many colors as you get, like, they're really doing different things for your body. So don't eat all the same color all the time. We're going to do some black olives here. And black olives I like because they're not salty like the green olives. It's so funny because I didn't like olives when I was a kid because I didn't like black olives. I loved the salty green olives because I just liked so much salt when I was a kid. But I've learned since then that the black olives have really good flavor and a lot less salt. So here we're going to put in some sweet potatoes. And these, again, just garlic and a little salt on my sweet potatoes. And we're going to put in the star of the show, which is the tofu. And I am going to put a nice little helping of tofu because this is protein. Now, don't be fooled. Protein is in every vegetable. So you are getting protein there, but this is just a more concentrated form of protein with the tofu. Okay, I'm going to do that. And because I love red onions, I left them in rings, and I'm going to just layer them. I'm going to layer my rings here on top because I think onions add so much flavor to everything. It's so good, right? And then I'm going to take my chimichurri sauce, and I'm going to make sure I layer it across here. And you just get little drips, little drips of it. You can use more or less if you like. There's no nuts or any really bad fat in any of the things that we make, but certainly not in the chimichurri sauce. And then I'm going to put just a few dried cranberries on top. And this, my friend, is my bootable. And look at that. I'm just going to put a nice piece of garnish right on top. And won't you take a look at that? It's so good. I'm so excited to share this with you because I know you're going to feel good when you finish eating this bowl. And I know you're going to enjoy it. So thank you so much for stopping by. I want you to live your life by choice, and I want you to make it a healthy day.
If you're enjoying these day-by-day detox videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button for more.